Two queens, stand before me.
Hello!
Hello, girls. Welcome to Carter Does Stuff. My name is Carter, and welcome to the first video of 2026. Happy New Year, divas!
Jesus Christ.
I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while. As some of you may know, I love Drag Race.
Girl.
But I also love Pokemon. Oftentimes, the Venn diagram of a Drag Race fan and a Pokemon fan is not so much a Venn diagram as much it is a circle. And no one has dared ask the question, how would these fictional creatures do on a reality television program made for fat people? Well, today is that day. I dared ask that question, and I have selected a group of absolutely iconic Poke Divas, and I have put them in a tier list where I will be ranking them in order from flop to slay. But before we begin, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you never miss a new one. With that out of the way, shall we begin?
Ew.
At the very bottom, we have pork chops. The first boots, if you will. And in this tier, we have Jinx. Gen 1ers, I can already hear you typing your death threats in the comments as we speak. Let me explain. Putting nostalgia aside, this wig, trash. And this outfit,
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
I mean, it's cute. But there are plenty of divas that are wearing literally nothing, and they still slay. Next in this tier, we have Tinkaton. She has the spirit, she's very peppy, but where's the polish? Where's the glamour? Where is the cunt? Not on her, I'll tell you that. And finally, the last mon in this tier, Ampharos. Now, if it was Mega Ampharos,
Strike a pose.
she'd be a lot higher. But regular Ampharos,
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
yeah, I think that settles it.
I'm super shy,
Moving on up to our next tier, we have the Shy Girls. Think Layla McQueen on Season 8. When they walk into the workroom, you can see them sort of tense up and realize in real time. First, in this tier, we have Ma Weil. You can even see it in her art. She lets her hair, mouth thing take center stage, and it's overshadowing her. I just want to shake her and go, you can control that body. You turn it around and show us that gorgeous face. Next, Rabambi. She's a sweetheart, she's an angel, but she's just not a competitor. She's not going to cut anyone, she's going to play it totally fair, and unfortunately, that's not what this hypothetical competition is about. Finally, we have Leafeon. You could probably assume from the intro, but I have both Leafeon and Glaceon in this tier list, and without spoiling too much, let's just say Glaceon is much higher up. For the next tier, we have the Pretty Girls. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, and that's pretty much it. First up, Beautifly. If Butterfree is the Raven in this scenario, then Beautifly is every queen that takes even the littlest inspiration from her. Next up, Lopunny. Make no mistake, this diva is padded down. She is a girl that knows her shape, and that needs to be celebrated. However, that padding isn't going to do much when she has to, say, sing or play Snatch Game. And lastly in this tier, Hatterene. Firstly, trans rights. Secondly, she's bodied the house down, but as we learned from Lopunny, what else can she do? On to the next tier, we have the Jans, also known as our safe queens. These divas, they could sew a garment, they can lip sync, they might even get a high placement or two, but they never quite do enough to get that win. Our first example of this, Butterfree. I have stated earlier that Butterfree and Beautifly are like sisters, if one is much more forgettable than the other one. If they were on a season together, they would constantly get compared to each other, with Butterfree earning the judges' favor. She is an OG bug girly, need I say more? Next up, Purugly. Putting Purugly this high up is going to ruffle some feathers, I'm sure, but hear me out. I know for a fact that Miss Purugly will be TV gold. She is going to start drama, she's messy, and she's not shy about it at all. That is what she's there to do. And finally in this tier, we have Lilligant. Similar situation to Beautyfly, there are simply much more memorable grass types than her, so unfortunately, I feel like she'll get compared to them at some point in her journey and get chopped. Please, Emma, stop! Our next tier, we have the Robbed Mons. In the Drag Race fandom, and I mean, this isn't exclusive to Drag Race, this exists in other reality shows too, there is a moment when a fan favorite or a queen does really well, gets eliminated, the fandom gives them the title of Robbed. That's basically what this tier entails. First up, Glaceon and Ninetales. Remember this skit in the beginning? If Leafeon is the shy, kind, reserved queen, then Glaceon is more cutthroat and confident. Leafeon gets cut early, and then Glaceon goes on, maybe gets a challenge win or two, but ultimately she either gets sabotaged by another competitor, or maybe has a stumble herself and gets sent packing. Same with Ninetales. She comes in very confident, as she should be, she is an OG. But like Glaceon, has a stumble, maybe falls into the background on a musical or something, and then goes home. Now, Miss Magius, she's got amazing looks, she's an icon in the Sinnoh drag scene. However, I feel she is simply too alternative for the show. A little too ooky spooky, if you will. And that is what ultimately gets her cut.
Let's get sickening! Yeah!
The second to last tier, which I am calling TTT, Top Tier Talent. These divas are the moment, and in certain circumstances could easily win their seasons. I'm talking like this is something that actually has happened. None of these creatures are even real. And this is all some weird Drag Race Pokemon psychosis that might... Subscribe! There's quite a lot of divas in this tier, so we're gonna do a lightning round. Salazzle. Body, T. Mug, beat. Tongue that could cut a bitch down in 3 words. Milotic. 2 words. Face, card. Primarina. The voice of an angel, the body of a goddess, and hair that would make Roxy Andrews quiver in her knockoff boots. Rose Raid. The OG grass baddie. I know for a fact that this diva can sew. She is going to make a garment so fierce and fit it to her shape, it'll make Utica's sleeping bag looks like Lala Ree's bag runway. Finally, Starmie. No one, and I mean no one, is beating her in a lip sync. She makes Georges look like that Australian breakdancer people were clowning on a few years ago. We have reached the final tier. These 3 icons, no one is coming for them. They are the ultimate Pokemon divas of all time, and they are going to destroy. First up, shocking the deaf and the blind, we have Gardevoir. This mother has been working the world since Hoenn. She's got a body that won't quit, a face that could stop traffic, and most important of all, even if you've never played a Pokemon game before in your life, you know this diva. That alone will carry her to the crown. Next up, Chandelure. In my personal opinion, the greatest ghost type ever made. Now, I have previously said that alternative spooky queens tend not to do well on the show. However, Chandelure is the exception. She'll give you that extra bit of glamour, that extra bit of spice. She's spooky sometimes, but not all the time. She is versatile. And that is what you need for a show like this. And finally, my diva, my icon, my personal favorite Pokemon of all time, Sylveon. Is this placement absolutely biased to my personal taste? Maybe. However, think about it. She has everything you need to be a winner. An iconic look. She's got the moves. She's got a face. She's got a rabid fan base. And at the end of the day, it's my tier list, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Thank you so much for watching quite possibly the dumbest video I've ever made. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and let me know what Pokemon you would like to see if I ever make a sequel. Also, feel free to like this video, share it with your friends, and follow me on TikTok. I post more over there. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and hydrated, and I wish you all the best to the start of the new year. Bye, girls!